You keep calling yourself lazy, but what if your brain is actually trying to keep you safe? That feeling you call procrastination might be your mind hitting the brakes because it thinks something is risky. Today, I want to flip a belief most people never question. Sometimes you are not avoiding work because you are weak, undisciplined, or lazy. Sometimes your brain is protecting you from discomfort, failure, shame, or even change itself. Many decisions happen below the surface, and the brain often treats unfamiliar things like danger, even when they are good for you. So in this video, we are going to break down why your mind resists action, why comfort can feel louder than your goals, and how to stop fighting yourself and start working with your brain instead of against it. Let's say you want to start the workout, send the email, make the video, study for the test, or apply for the job. On paper, it looks simple, but when it is time to do it, your body suddenly gets busy. You check your phone, you clean the desk, you tell yourself, "I'll do it later." That is not always laziness. That can be avoidance. Your brain is built to save energy and avoid pain. It likes what is familiar because familiar feels safe. New things, even good things, can feel like risk. One source on subconscious decision-making notes that many of our decisions are made subconsciously and are shaped by feelings tied to expected outcomes. In plain words, your brain does not just ask, "Will this help me?" It also asks, "Will this hurt me?" That is why a simple task can feel weirdly heavy. If the task carries the risk of failure, embarrassment, criticism, or rejection, your brain may sound an alarm before you even realize it. Research on motivation and avoidance shows that the brain's approach in avoidance systems are deeply involved in behavior, with the amygdala helping drive avoidance and the prefrontal cortex helping control action. So while your logical mind says, "Just do it," your survival mind says, "Hold up. That might sting." Here is where people get trapped. They think the problem is discipline, so they attack themselves. They call themselves lazy, useless, or broken. But self-hate usually makes the fear worse, not better. If your brain already thinks a task is uncomfortable, then shame adds another layer of discomfort on top of it. Now the task is not just hard. It feels dangerous too. Think about public speaking. Plenty of people know they are not going to die on stage, but their body still acts like a tiger just walked into the room. Why? Because the brain can connect a situation with danger long before logic gets a vote. That same thing can happen with starting a business, posting online, asking for help, or trying something new. The brain says, "Last time this felt bad, so let's not do it again." This is why the fear of discomfort can look like laziness from the outside. But inside, it is often a protection plan. The trick is that your brain does not care about your 5-year plan as much as you do. It cares about what feels safe right now. That means your brain may choose short-term comfort over long-term growth. It will offer you the easy chair, the easy excuse, the easy distraction. Not because it hates you, but because it wants to avoid threat. Psychology and neuroscience both point to the same pattern. People often make risk decisions based more on emotion than on cold facts. That means even when you know better, your feelings can still take the wheel, and feelings are fast. Logic is slower. That is why the moment you feel discomfort, your brain can push you toward anything that reduces it fast. Scrolling, snacking, sleeping, delaying, overthinking. And this is also why big goals can be so hard to start. The size of the goal does not only matter in real life, it matters in the brain too. A huge goal can feel like a mountain, while a tiny, safe habit feels like a sidewalk. So your brain picks the sidewalk. Here is the good news. Once you understand this, you stop making it personal. You stop saying, "What is wrong with me?" and start asking, "What is my brain trying to avoid?" That question changes everything. Because once you see the pattern, you can break it. You do not beat this by yelling at yourself. You beat it by making the task feel safer, smaller, clearer, less dramatic. Your brain is less likely to fight a tiny action than a giant one. Instead of, I have to finish everything, say, I just need to start for 2 minutes. Instead of, I need to become a new person, say, I need one brave move today. This works because the brain learns through repeated experience. If the task no longer leads to pain, shame, or overload, the alarm starts getting quieter over time. A source on subconscious patterns explains that what feels unfamiliar is often treated as risky, and that people can raise awareness to catch these reactions before they run the show. In other words, awareness gives you a gap between feeling and action. That gap is powerful, because in that gap, you get to choose. Not every day will feel easy. That is normal. But you do not need easy. You need honest. You need to see that resistance is often a guard dog, not a villain. It may be barking because it thinks your growth is a threat. Once you understand that, you can train it instead of fighting it. So no, you are not always lazy. Sometimes your brain is protecting you from discomfort, risk, and emotional pain. The problem is that protection can become a prison when it starts blocking the very things that could help you grow. The real win is not to force yourself with fear. It is to teach your brain that action is safe enough to begin. Small steps repeated often can calm the alarm and build trust with yourself. And that is how you move from stuck to strong.